extraordinary day in our country's history, and I saw you were pretty active today on social media with some of your thoughts regarding the events of today. I'm just curious if today was a difficult day for you to play, and just your overall thoughts on where we stand as a country.
Nah, it's not difficult. It wasn't difficult for me. I wasn't shocked. Like I said on Twitter, I wasn't surprised. This is not something that I think this was something that honestly I kind of saw coming because of the leadership we've had for the last 4 years. When some people incite these type of things and put out lies like that, a lot of people will take them as truth and try to, do things like you saw today. So it wasn't tough for me. Again, like I said, I wasn't embarrassed. I mean, this is none of the people out there that stormed the Capitol represent anything about me or the people that I care about. So it wasn't tough for me at all to play today.
Regarding, like what the league did inside the bubble with some of the social injustices and racial injustices that are plaguing our society, and also tonight some teams took a stand or released statements. Do you feel like the league is handling this all in the proper fashion and in a strong fashion?
I haven't read what the league has put out today. I think that the league has done a great job while we were in the bubble, like you said, to make sure it's at the forefront of people's minds. Part of the reason why I wanted us to make sure we got down to the bubble and played, but also talked about the things that go on outside of basketball. I think the main thing as players, we need to continue to understand that we basically kind of live in a bubble per se, whereas people view us a little differently than other people that look like us outside of the NBA. And so as long as we can keep that in our forefront and understand that basketball is just what we do right now, but you play 10 to 15 years at the most, and then you get into life, we need to make sure the America around us changes for the better.
Thanks, Garrett.
Sam Smith, you got the next question. Go ahead.
Hey, Garrett, regarding these games, you lost tonight's game. Yesterday, obviously, you made the big comeback down 20, but you were down quite a bit again. You were down 9, I think 8 or 9 in the third. You were down 5 or 6, 7, whatever, late in the fourth. What have you seen with this team, the ability to come back and, keep competing down the stretch these last few games?
The resiliency, as you said, Sam. I mean, I think we've learned that was one of the things that people talked about, early on in the season, that the team, and that's one thing that Billy talked about early on, that the team was not used to taking a hit and being able to bounce back. And I think we've done a good job of making sure we, bounce back, even though we get down by double digits or whatnot, whether it be on the road or at home. And I think we've progressed in a good in that way. Obviously, in Portland, we were able to come back and get a win. Tonight, we weren't able to do that. I think more of that was on the Kings just making some tough plays, tough shots tonight, rather than us not doing things. But it feels good to continue to see that progress and us, making that run, punching people back in the face after we get hit.
Is there anything specific that you've seen that's enabled the team to do that? Whether it's Zach and Kobe attacking the basket, the veterans being able to fill the spots, anything stand out to you?
I think both of those things. I think Kobe being aggressive, understanding when to attack, Zach attacking the basket a little more, not settling for threes, understanding when it's time for him to try to get to the rack. Having veterans be in that spot before, talking on the bench, talking about things that we need to do defensively. But honestly, I think it's just our effort, second efforts, third efforts defensively, and being in the right spot offensively is what has allowed us to get back in games, even though we were down.
Thanks.
No, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Gary, you might have just hit on it when you said that you felt like tonight the Kings just made tough shots, but defensively down the stretch, what do you feel like it got away from you guys? They hit a couple big threes, obviously, but what did you see defensively that allowed them to make that run in the end?
I think the biggest thing that we didn't do in terms of X's and O's that we should have done. I mean, I fought over the screen. You want to contest all shots you can, but you never want to foul a three-point shooter. So I take a lot of responsibility for that. Buddy ended up 3 for 15 from the field, 2 of 9, but one of them was really big, obviously. If I'd have just done what I continued to do, if he'd have hit it, then cool. But to make him get 4 points on that, that's a tough blow, you know. But the young fella who I like, Tyrese Halliburton, hit some tough threes, man. I mean, for him to hit a couple of pump fake slide by threes, honestly, we did what we were supposed to do on those plays. So it wasn't anything that we didn't do. You can't give up. You got to give up something. And we helped in, kicked it out. We were giving Rashawn Holmes a couple of easy baskets when we weren't helping. So we helped. Tyrese Halliburton hit some tough threes. Glenn Robinson hit a big 3. So again, I think that's the part I fouled. But other than that, guys did what we were supposed to do, and they just made shots. This is the league. You know, sometimes that happens.
And one more from me. I just wanted to ask you, you really spoken highly of Zach LaVine, but Kobe White tonight has a career high in scoring. And the night before, he has a career high in rebounding. What are your impressions of him and what he's doing right now early on in his second season?
Loving it, man. Loving it. You know, I was just lifting with him after the game. You know what I'm saying? This guy plays 40 minutes tonight and after a back-to-back, and is lifting weights as well. I think the biggest thing with him tonight, honestly, besides the scoring, he had 0 turnovers in 40 minutes. And I think this is the biggest thing with 7 assists. So it's not like he was just shooting everything. He was sharing the ball, running his team, making timely baskets, big baskets, only shot 9 threes. So he attacked the rim. He played really, really big for us tonight. And we're going to continue to have him play big for us to win games. I can't say enough about him. His mentality, you know, like you said, 10 rebounds last night. So he's getting dirty. He fights on defense as well, as much as he can. So I think, you know, this is a big step. And he understands that games like this are going to happen. You know, him and Zach put up 30-plus for us, and we still lost. But, you know, as long as we continue with this, the way that we're playing, we're going to win more games than we lose.
Appreciate it.
All right, Garrett, that looks like it's the last question. Thank you for your time tonight, and we'll see you soon.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Guys, please stand.